Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. We've got Binance founder CZ. Guess where he thinks Bitcoin is going to go?
What do you think the price of Bitcoin tops at this cycle?
Again, very difficult question. Somewhere between 500K to a million, I think.
$500 to $1 million per BTC. I think that estimate is just wild. And I mean, I don't know. I think more and more, I feel like these old school Bitcoin guys, ones that have been in the space for a very long time, over-predict Bitcoin's performance, because if they can get retail to FOMO in, thinking Bitcoin will go anywhere between $500,000 and $1 million per coin, well, in essence, they're essentially tricking the masses to pour liquidity into the market so that they can cash out at lower prices. I mean, even just taking a look at where we are today vis-a-vis Bitcoin, this is Bitcoin on the daily, guys, and we have seen diminishing returns for Bitcoin every single cycle. Everybody is saying, well, this cycle could be different. And in fact, it could be. I think this cycle could be different for real world utility coins. 2025 is still a bit of an open book for more information on where I think this market's going to go, because I personally don't think Bitcoin's going to go anywhere between $500 and $1 million per coin, at least not this cycle. You can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel for that information. I'm keeping my thumb on the pulse of the market to make sure that I cash out at the top or very, very close to the top. So if you want to see my price targets, if you guys want to get the inside scoop, follow me, patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. Guys, look at this. Even on the full fib, okay, if Bitcoin reaches the 4.236, we're looking at $240,000 per coin, and I even think that's still pretty lofty. Not too much to talk about with regards to the crypto space. Still in neutral, which is better than where we were in the past. Market cap still fairly flat. Volume still fairly flat. Some of these altcoins are doing okay, but mostly, guys, we've got red in the space right now. So, I mean, I guess just another quiet day in crypto. We've got the XRP chart up here. XRP has been holding up quite well. But, as we've been seeing Bitcoin turn down, we are seeing other cryptos turning down along with it. So one XRP right now just trading at $2.09 per coin. I've seen people in the comment section saying, I love your channel, but stop with the Bitcoin, stop with the Bitcoin, stop with the Bitcoin. I will never stop with the Bitcoin. And the reason, guys, is because Bitcoin is the heart of the market. If we want to know where the market's going to go, and that means XRP, other altcoins too, we have to pay attention to Bitcoin. The Dawn channel basis line on the 3-week time frame has been perfect Bitcoin support since the beginning. This courtesy of CryptoCon on Twitter. He says, not a single time have we broken below this cycle, meaning there is nothing even remotely bearish about this move. Everything about this cycle is looking like 2015 to 2017, which means a steady ramp up. So hopefully we do get this kind of a takeoff, eventually leading us to higher highs. So this is the retest, guys, 2023 to 2025. We need to see that blow off top, similar to what we saw in 2017. So it's getting ready. It's looking like it will blast off. This is at least what the metrics say, and Coinbase is out there getting people excited too during the NBA playoffs. They were pushing this ad. Listen to this.
Every day, the Fed prints an average of $465 million. That's 26,000 shipping containers a year, created out of thin air. Maybe that's why the dollar loses value over time. But there's one thing they can never print more of: Bitcoin. At the size of a quarter, this is all there will ever be. Shouldn't a store of value hold its value?
That's a great tagline, I gotta say. Shouldn't a store of value hold its value? I mean, considering the kind of uncertain economic period we are entering, I think this is going to resonate with a lot more people, especially Gen Z. So I wanted to thank Nate Gerasi for posting that. All this said, guys, Kevin O'Leary came out saying a Bitcoin reserve is just never going to happen. Listen to this.
Michael Saylor is talking his book, all right? The guy sells stock and pref shares and debt and then buys Bitcoin with it. The stock trades at twice the value of the inherent Bitcoin. That smells like something that ain't going to work long term. Just saying. I like the guy, but it has nothing to do with strategic reserve of Bitcoin, which will never happen because we'll never get buy off on a bipartisan basis.
Could you be any more candid? So Kevin O'Leary saying, this Bitcoin reserve is just not going to happen for political reasons. The state of Florida has also decided to turn bearish on Bitcoin. This coming from Crypto News, so this is the latest here. Florida has decided to halt progress on their Bill 487 and Senate Bill 550, which aim to establish a state-held Bitcoin reserve. The U.S. state of Florida has removed 2 bills relating to Bitcoin in the legislative process, which could be seen as a major blow to America's ambitious crypto reserve plans. House Bill 487 and Senate Bill 550 proposals aimed at creating a state-held Bitcoin fund will not move forward for an indefinite period. So guys, what does this mean? Does it mean crypto's dead in the water? Or are they just looking at, the king crypto, Bitcoin, and realizing, well, maybe this isn't such a good idea? Maybe we should be focusing more on, and again, this is just me spitballing. I don't have any evidence that they're doing this, but my guess is, if you do have intelligent people over there, they're going to realize, maybe it's not just about one cryptocurrency. Maybe they could either say, hey, let's not just have a Bitcoin strategic reserve. Let's make it a diversified cryptocurrency reserve. I think that would make more sense. Or they could say something like, no, let's just forget about Bitcoin altogether and let's focus on the cryptocurrencies that actually do solve problems. Because, let's be honest, at the end of the day, Bitcoin doesn't really do anything. It's just the granddaddy. It's that gold standard of cryptocurrency, I guess, the one that everybody talks about. But really, there's no value attached to Bitcoin inherently. So, I wasn't expecting this, but it is interesting. I wonder if other states will follow suit. But I wanted to present to you guys the back and forth because Trump's crypto czar, David Sachs, he does claim that they have ended the war on crypto, and he predicts a Trump boom in the future with new regulations, this courtesy of Jack the Rippler.
We did repeal Biden's exec order on AI, which was 100 pages of unnecessary regulation on AI. We've ended the war on crypto, and I think we're trying to stop the regulatory capture that benefits large incumbents. So you have all these things, and there's been other things that have been done on the economy as well. But I do think that this sets us up for a Trump boom in the future. It's just that a lot of these changes take time to play out.
So David Sachs here essentially saying, we will see a boom in the future, but a lot of this does take time. Of course, we know if you guys have been following Ripple over all these years, we do know that this does in fact take a lot of time. And, for a lot of reason, it's because of the red tape, because it's, no longer the Wild West. The world wants to regulate cryptocurrencies. Fortunately for us, Brad Garlinghouse has come out saying, Q1 of 2025 was an incredible quarter for Ripple with our acquisition of Hidden Road and the end to the SEC case, not to mention institutional interest for XRP ETFs globally. Moving forward, the XRP markets report will look a little different. As some may remember, the objective of publishing these reports started in 2017, and it was transparency into Ripple's holdings of XRP, which unfortunately was then used against us by the SEC and others. Our commitment to transparency doesn't change with this evolution. We will continue to publish our XRP holdings on ripple.com/XRP. Ripple and XRP related ongoing updates will also be shared through existing social channels rather than collated for a single end of quarter update. So Brad is saying they're actually no longer going to do the formal updates here. But we have one more. Okay, Q1 2025 XRP markets report is here. Some of the highlights include this here. I got some of the highlights up here. Ripple to expand its quarterly XRP markets report as institutional usage jumps. So, first off, we're seeing institutional usage going up. Of course, this is what we've been waiting for this entire time. Ripple will sunset its quarterly XRP markets report, though, in its current form at least, with newer versions including deeper insights as the token grabs more demand among institutional investors. The quarterly XRP markets provides transparency into Ripple's XRP holdings and updates on the state of the crypto markets and the XRP ecosystem. Down here it says, however, the reality is that the report has not had the intended effect, as you did hear Brad Garlinghouse say it was used against them in the SEC lawsuit. But as more institutions engage with XRP, additional perspectives and insights are expected to follow, pushing the market conversation forward, it added. This comes amid a flurry of XRP-based ETF filings in the US and Brazil, with a leveraged ETF already offered to investors since April. Not only that, XRP delivered one of the strongest performances amongst cryptocurrencies in Q1 of 2025, surging nearly 50% in early February and outpacing both Bitcoin and Ethereum during a period marked by market turbulence and rising macroeconomic factors. So at the end of the day, it's positive. Overall, it is positive for XRP. I'm not really too surprised about that. Wrath of Kahneman here commenting, the markets report has good news about XRP funds, but it's unclear what they mean by evolving. So going away, changing format, a dashboard. I think it's fairly clear. they're just going to release the same information on their social channels. The last line is interesting, though. Will other companies join in? Will Ripple host the additional insights, or are they expecting something from others? Who will identify Ripple's actual XRP usage? Well, if you read the report, Brad Garlinghouse, or I think it was Brad, he said that they are going to... Yeah, it was over here. Brad said they were going to continue to publish XRP holdings at ripple.com/XRP. So we are still going to get, I think we're still going to get the same information. It's just evolving, and the way they're going to be releasing the information is just going to look different. But I think that's okay, guys. I really don't think that, I don't think too much is going to change, to be honest. I mean, all things considered, Ripple is making waves. Just the other day, we heard about another patent by DTCC integrating certain crypto projects like Ripple and Hedera. That got me wondering about some other patents. Now, I happen to see this, and I don't think I reported on this back in 2022 when Esoteric XRP posted this. Now, this tweet is a few years old now, but guys, apparently Microsoft is creating a patent. This got me thinking, because I do remember doing a video, or let me go through my train of thought here, okay? Microsoft released this patent. This was back at the beginning of the beer flu, okay? March 26, 2020. Look at the number on the patent. First of all, 060606. Mark of the Beast, anyone? Yeah, the Mark of the Beast is the Book of Revelation, refers to a symbolic mark either on the hand or forehead that individuals are forced to receive to participate in society during the end times. Without it, no one can buy or sell. Now, I'm going to get back to the patent in a second. The mark is linked to the worship of the sea beast and its image, and is part of a broader theme of the Antichrist and the false prophet forcing people to choose between God and Satan. And guys, it's right here in plain sight. The number is 666. Now, let's get back to this patent for a second. You know what this patent is for? Connecting humans to a sensor that will go through a communication network and then go to a cryptocurrency system. The cryptocurrency system, communicatively coupled to the device of the user, may verify the body activity data satisfies one or more conditions set by the cryptocurrency system and award cryptocurrency to the users whose body activity data is verified. Things that make you go, So it reminded me of this video, and this is where my train of thought went. A video I did 5 years ago, guys, April 2020. Now, interestingly, this was a video I did coincidentally not knowing that this patent had just been filed a week prior. So March 2020, it was like late March 2020, March 26, I think was what it said here. March 26, 2020. I did this video later, and I'm sure some of you guys may remember this. It's when Catherine Austin Fitts was telling us the US Navy was developing a chip that can integrate with Ripple. Listen to this. And guys, I was scouring Twitter and saw this. So Ripple compatible chip development sponsored by the US Navy. Yes, the US Navy. Are they developing a chip that can be implanted into humans that will allow people to pay via Ripple integrated DLT? Well, I gotta hand it to Kevin Cage, because he was the first one to break this out. So Kevin Cage here with this video from Catherine Austin Fitts. She's an investment advisor and former assistant secretary of housing back in the Bush 41 years, according to Stuart XRP. So thanks so much to Stuart for retweeting Kevin Cage's post here. And it is remarkable. Now, let's get back to this idea for a second here. Catherine Austin Fitts speaks about the Danish tech firm, and without sharing its name, says that a year ago she accessed data regarding the US Navy, paying that firm to create an implantable microchip compatible with Ripple. That's right, guys. She mentions Ripple, not XRP, but Ripple by name. In that video, Catherine Austin Fitts does not share any specific details and does not say whether this story has had any development. She did say, though, that she had extensive experience in doing business in Denmark, so the information from her can be trusted. I think this video was from here. I recently went to this website here, the Solari Report by Catherine Austin Fitts, and I believe it was taken from this USA Watchdog interview from back in February. I believe that's where it was from. If not, there are a few videos here with Catherine Austin Fitts being interviewed. And guys, this idea isn't new. I don't know if you guys remember me mentioning this back in July of last year in Sweden, how they were getting implants in their hands to replace cash and credit cards. As we know, Sweden is already a very cashless society, and young people were voluntarily saying, hey, yeah, implant me with a chip. I want to be able to pay without carrying a wallet or even my cell phone around. And so this is where it looks like we are going with this. Now, a few people chiming in here down in the Twitter thread. Mr. B says, sounds like we are going to skip the regulatory clarity and just go full Black Mirror. Edelson1492 mentions, never thought I would voluntarily get chipped, but if it means XRP adoption, just kidding. Screw XRP if it comes to this reality. It could go this way. I sincerely do believe, though, that this will not be the only option. KB Maga mentions, whoa, I'll stick to a wallet. Yikes. Crypto Knight says, like we didn't know that Ripple was in bed with the Illuminati, this shouldn't be a shocker to anyone that's done their proper research. Ripple is literally, along with SBI, funded by the Rothschilds. So the most interesting part in this video is that she does mention Ripple by name. So very interesting development that we are seeing with regards to Ripple, the company.
And why I think that is important, guys, I'm just going to stop it there, is because we do also know Ripple and the Mojaloop Foundation have been working together for years now. This is just another article from 2020, a Q&A session with Mojaloop Foundation Director Kevin Webb, head of social impact at Ripple. With the launch of the Mojaloop Foundation as a charitable organization to support the deployment of the Mojaloop open source software, the organization's sponsor member will take on the responsibility of providing financial, technical, and legal assistance to ensure the health and growth of the user community. Ripple has been involved with Mojaloop since its inception, providing technical advice and engineering support. I also do believe that Mojaloop does run on RippleNet. I do believe that there was some evidence to suggest that. So they're not just there for a supportive role, they are actually integrated into the XRP ledger. And so just to add the icing on the cake here, this is coming from the Gates Foundation, which used to be, I guess, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Now that they're divorced, I guess it's just the Gates Foundation. Mojaloop Foundation here, guys, gives you their purpose. And this is how much the Gates Foundation has committed. $4.7 million, over $4.7 million so far. So, I mean, again, we do have this Microsoft patent connected to Bill Gates, 060606. Is that the mark? Are we starting to see the transformation occur? And now that we're further ahead technology-wise, now that AI is integrating into many facets of life, robotics, technology, blurring the lines between human and robots, is this becoming more of a reality, guys? Are we going to see humans using their palms to pay for items, leveraging XRP for liquidity? I don't know. That's just my opinion. And well, for more opinions on where I think this market's going to go, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. On top of which, I have the Working Money Channel merch store. If you guys are, I don't know, interested in supporting the channel in another way, I have the, this is quite a popular one, the XRP X Cap here for sale. So you can find that and more over there at the Working Money Channel merch store. Link is in the description of the video. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.